So lately, my girlfriend has been wanting to learn how to ride a dirt bike, and I'm all for that, because I don't want her to miss out on any of the fun adventures that we have. So like any good boyfriend, I threw her a helmet, I gave her a matching vest, and I threw her on the KTM. Now with the KTM being a 250, it's really heavy, it's really tall, and it's really fast. So as expected, our lessons didn't quite go well. Fast forward to a couple days ago, and I'm scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, as one does, and I come across the perfect bike for her. It's perfect. So early the next morning, hop in the truck, go to meet the guy, and as soon as I lay eyes on it, I know it's the one for her.
What a deal! Let's go!
Pay the guy, throw it in the truck, and bring it back here. So without further ado, here it is. 2003 Kawasaki KX85.
It's just a bunch of parts.
Hey, the only difference between a bunch of parts and a dirt bike is a good mechanic.
I'm a mechanic.
So I know it looks like I bought just a bunch of junk, but this bike actually came with some really cool parts. So we have an FMF exhaust and expansion chamber. It came with Renthal fat bars and Pro Taper bar risers. It came with original Kawasaki seat, and it only has one tear in it. That's pretty cool. It came with these brand new tires, and of course, the iconic 85cc two-stroke engine. So the overall plan here is to get all these parts cleaned up, get them lubed up, make sure they're working properly, and then we're gonna put them back on this frame and see if we can get this bike started. I mean, the last guy couldn't get it started, but I do have a couple tricks up my sleeve. So let's get right into it. Man, this thing is gross. Let's get this thing cleaned up. That looks a lot better. Now I did take some precautions when it came to picking up this bike, especially when it comes to the engine, because that's the difference between a fun winter project and an expensive money pit. So the first thing I checked was the compression, and I didn't have a compression tester, but I just cranked the kickstart with my hand a couple times, and all I wanted to feel was a little bit of resistance. If it cranks really easy by hand, that means it probably has no compression and there's something wrong in the top end. Now the second thing I checked was the transmission. So I did this by putting it in neutral gear and cranking over the kickstart. And I just did the same thing for every single gear. I just wanted to make sure that the engine was turning freely and there's nothing majorly wrong in the transmission. Now the last thing I checked, and arguably the most important thing, is the cylinder walls, the piston, and the piston ring. Now on a two-stroke engine, you can do this really easily. All you have to do is take off the exhaust pipe and look through the exhaust port, and you can typically see the side of the piston and the side of the cylinder walls, as well as your piston ring. Now what you're looking for here is you don't want to see any scarring, any burn marks, anything that looks bad. It should look just like a brand new piston, which this one checked out. Now since the engine's already out of the bike, I'm just going to take a quick look at the power valve and make sure that it's clean and there's nothing built up in there. Well, it's not the worst I've seen. You'll definitely see a little bit of carbon buildup, which is okay, but we'll get this cleaned up and get it back together. All right, so now that the power valve's cleaned and put back together, the last thing to do is to change the oil. And for that, we're gonna go down here. So the oil came out clear, it had no sparkles in it. Overall, this engine's health, I would say, is really good, and we do have a really good chance of getting it started. So I'm pretty excited. Let's clean up some more parts. All right, next up, swing arm. As you can see, it's pretty dirty, so we're gonna clean this up, and then we're gonna check the bearings in it, and we're also gonna check the bearings in the linkage. Got them both cleaned up. Now let's knock out all of the bearings and see if they're still good, if we can grease them up and throw them back in, or if we got to get new ones. Oh, that is so frozen. That is not good. Got the swing arm apart, we got all the bearings out. Unfortunately, a lot of them are absolutely shot. So both the swing arm and the linkage are gonna need all new bearings. That's okay, we'll get them on order. So there is a little bit of damage to the swing arm where the chainstay goes. This is what I took off as the chainstay. So usually it'll wrap around the swing arm, and clearly this is only half of it. So the chain actually rubbed into the swing arm a little bit, and there's some grooving on it. Now it doesn't go into the journal for the bearing, so we're all good there. I'm just gonna put a new chainstay on and should be okay. All right, so here we got the rear brake and we got the front brake. Yeah, the rear brake here, the pads are absolutely gone and it is pretty crusty. So I'm just going to probably pull this thing apart and do a full rebuild on it. The front brake, it looks newer actually. It looks pretty good. The pads are decent, but we're gonna put new pads on it and we'll get this whole thing cleaned all up. Both brakes, we're gonna change the fluid because who knows when the last time that's been done. We'll bleed it when we put it back on the bike. Okay, let's start with the back brake. Alright, so it's been a couple of weeks, but all the parts that I've ordered have just come in. So I have carburetor vent line, because I think that dirt got in the carburetor and that's kind of what plugged it up. I have the front and rear brake pads, and we also have the swing arm bearings as well as the linkage bearings, because all those are rusted out and were not moving well.
The fastest pit stop I've ever
So I'm
seen.
pretty sure this is the reason why the bike isn't running. Now this is a carb. If you leave gas in a carburetor for a long time, say over the winter or for a couple months, the ethanol in the gas tends to gum up and block little passages that are in here. Now it's not too hard to clean these out. You just have to know where to look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is the problem with the bike. So we're gonna go ahead, tear it apart. We're gonna check the pilot jet, the main jet, see if they're blocked. If they're blocked, we're just gonna clear them out, throw it back together. Our pilot jet here is responsible for the bike while it's idling and while it's up to a quarter throttle. So I'm pretty sure it's this one that's plugged. So what you do is you want to look through it. It's going to be hard to see on camera here. You should be able to see through it. It's a very small hole, but you should be able to see through it. But on this one, it is plugged, so I'm positive that that is our problem. So what I'm gonna do is get some brake clean, I'm gonna get compressed air, and I'm gonna blow this thing out and let it soak for a little bit, and I'll show you it when it's done. All right, so I cleaned out both jets here. This is the pilot. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see through it. You just wanna be able to see light through it, basically, and I cleaned out the main jet. It was also plugged. So now the main jet is a lot bigger and you can clearly see the light through that. So that's good to go. I also went through the rest of the carburetor, just taking a look through it, making sure all the orifices are clean. And it looks like the previous guy did clean it, trying to get it going. So I'm just gonna put this car back together and we are ready to put the whole bike back together and see if it starts. All right, so we're getting back into the KX85 build. Honestly, I've been slacking on it a little bit. The weather's getting nicer outside. All the snow's melted. When I first got the bike, it was winter. Cleaned it up. I was really into it. And then I got my own bike. Got an XC300. Pretty hyped on it. I started riding it, building that, working on that, and this kind of fell to the side. But I mean, it's been getting nice. The tracks are starting to open. I've been going out on my dirt bike and I want my girlfriend to come out with me. So we got to get back to it. Now, took the bike all apart. It's all cleaned up. All we got to do is throw it back together. And everyone knows that I love to work on bikes and I love to put things together. But this time, I just don't want to. And that's why I employed the auto build setup. Check it out. Just like that, the bike is all done. Man, I wish it was actually that easy. So we got the bike back together. It's looking really good. Looks like most of the parts were there. We were missing a couple parts and there was 1 or 2 stripped holes. So the rear brake pivot, that bolt is stripped out. So we're gonna need to get a new one of those. We're missing a bolt that holds the front caliper to the fork. And we are also missing a few other bolts here and there. Other than that, the bike is totally there and it's put together. It looks really good. We just need to fill it up with fluids and get it started. But since it's Sunday right now, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. I'll get those extra bolts. I'll get those extra parts that I need. I'm gonna put it all together. I want everything to be fully together, like have our brakes going before we try to start it. Because I know once I start it, I'm gonna be riding that thing. And if I don't have brakes, then we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Filled it up with fluids. I'm just gonna pull it outside. We're gonna just try to start it. It's gonna be the first start since it was a pile of parts. So hopefully it starts up. It's probably gonna need a carb tune because I took it all apart. And I mean, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. Hopefully it starts up. Let's work on that. Turn the fuel on. Go. So it started up, a couple kicks, definitely took off there. So I think the carb needs a tune, probably a little bit lean, but let's go. It went from a pile of parts to a running bike. Yeah, I'm gonna start it again and I'm gonna let it run for just a little bit. If it takes off, I'll shut it down, but I kind of want to see where it idles. Like it kind of took off and I cut it there. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Ooh. Holy crap. Okay, so that thing is just going full throttle right away. So I'm gonna turn my idle screw all the way down and see if that fixes it. Here is our idle screw. I'm gonna crank this all the way out. Still running really rich, or maybe the float stuck up. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to look into it. Okay, so I've been messing around with it for a little bit, messing with the carb, and I think I found the problem. So I was checking out the cable, and the cable is actually a little bit tight. I'm not sure why exactly, but what I did here, the throttle cable right off, because this was a little bit tight. There's no play in it, and I think it was just holding the throttle open. I can't get the bike to start, which sounds like a bad thing, but it's a good thing, because if I just turn this idle screw in a little bit and cross our fingers, then we should be able to get it to start and actually control that idle. Oh yeah! There it is. Just like that, we got her going. So that sounds like it's running right, which is awesome. I'm gonna have to mess with the air fuel screw a little bit more to make it run perfectly. But yeah, I'm hyped. Okay, so we got the bike all back together. It's running. We got it running mint too. It's dialed in. Now the last thing to do is to surprise my girlfriend. So she just got home. I'm going to go get her, throw a blindfold on her, and see what she thinks. I'm so excited. Watch your step.
I'm scared.
What do you think it is?
I have no idea.
Hey, take it off.
Got me a dirt bike?
Now you can go riding with us.
Oh my god.
You like it?
Thanks, Steve. Yeah.
I got it small enough so that you can lift it up. Oh. Here, step on
I
this.
still
Here,
can't
watch.
lift it up.
Okay, you got it? Oh, look at that. Holy cow. That fits you so well.
And I'm gonna be faster than you.
Are you gonna cry a little bit for the video? Too bad it's not pink. That'd be the only thing that could be better for you.